if I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Better Attic. I got here a little late, and I apologize for that, guys. But tonight I have with me, as always,
Lucas?
Me, Chris.
Sweet. So I'm gonna tell you guys why I'm late, and you're gonna think I'm a horrible pet owner, but don't think that. So
We already do.
I have two inside dogs. One is rather large. He's a lab, half Weimaraner. That is mine, and my mom's got a Yorkie. Well, I fed them and let them outside to go use the restroom. And they came back in, and one of them was bleeding. And I did not know which one. I just saw like blood splatter on the wall after I let them in. So like I had to track them down and figure out which one was bleeding. Turns out it was my big dog. And like the way the blood was splattering, it had to have been his tail. But he wouldn't let me check his tail because like he is a rescue dog, so he's got some baggage, and he's got boundaries that he's not really good with. But like he wouldn't let me check it, and like I just had to follow him around and make sure like he'd lay down to where like it would clot up and stuff and stop bleeding. So I've been cleaning up all the blood and making sure he's okay. It's just been a whole mess.
Why would that make us think you're a bad pet owner?
Because like I don't know what's going on with my dog.
Well, I mean,
Like,
Animals go outside and get hurt.
yeah.
and like
At least you made sure
I
he was
assume-
okay.
yeah, I mean, I assume it was like because he like hits his tail on everything. So I either assume like he hit it too hard on a wall in the house, or like as he came in or something, or like he hit it on like got it snagged on something outside. At least I hope. I don't think like we have a lot of other outside dogs, but I don't think he got in a fight because I didn't hear anything while I was in the house. Because like I was just doing laundry and stuff, so I'd been able to hear if like there's a big pile up outside or anything. But yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. Been on my hands and knees scrubbing blood off the floor. Because I'm the only one home right now, so like I couldn't recruit any help. But hopefully, I'm gonna check on him after the podcast, after we record, and just make sure he's doing good. But yeah, that's why I was late.
Goodness.
It's a whole mess. But yeah, less about that. Let's talk about some good things that happened this week.
Down with the FCC.
Okay. I said good things, but
Oh, sorry.
carry on.
I'm
Carry
still
on.
upset about net neutrality.
I mean, if we can't keep net neutrality, we can't keep doing the podcast.
Forget
Or
that.
any
I
other
can't
video.
keep playing Xbox or YouTube. Look, as somebody who plays video games like all the time and is on the internet all the time, if that starts happening, I'm going off the grid.
Chris,
I
you
mean-
wouldn't survive off the grid.
Take it to the bank. I ain't fooling with that crap.
Yeah, I don't know how else you could do it. Kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it would be so restrictive.
I don't care.
Like you'd
I'm gonna
have
just
no
buy a
internet
bunch of books.
activity.
Buy a
Right.
bunch of books.
No, I'm not saying like if it got to that point. I mean, I don't have cable TV, so I'd be perfectly fine with no internet. Like I could get by with it, but
Yeah, but you watch TV using the internet when you do
oh
watch
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I do that in an antenna.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
We just have to watch movies all the time.
Yeah, my movie
Which I don't
collection
watch a
will
lot
get
of TV
vastly larger.
anymore. Like we have like my house has Dish, and like the only live TV I watch is The Walking Dead. I hope I could figure something out. I'm sure my family would get cable, but I don't know. Here's the thing. Why are they trying to change stuff? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Because they
You know
hate
what I
us.
mean?
They don't care. Here's the thing. Over 80% of the citizens didn't want this to happen, and they did it anyway. The government doesn't care about us anymore. They never have, I guess, but they really don't care now. I, am I getting too
Here,
Go
crazy?
with it, man. That's good
yeah, go.
content. That's good
Yeah.
content. Let's keep
Everybody
going. Keep
was
going.
no, nobody was saying anything. Like everybody got real
No,
quiet. So I'm like, well, maybe I should
you were on a
shut up.
rant.
Yeah, we thought
We
you
were
were going to keep
listening.
on going.
Well, I got gun shy because it's like I don't.
Man,
It just makes me
as
so
long as you're not
mad.
super
Like
racist, go for it.
I'm not. Wait,
No, I'm saying like
I
that's my
don't.
limitations on what you can say. Like, just don't be racist.
It's insane. I don't understand. I mean, now basically Congress can still sort of has some say a little bit. So I mean, more and more congressmen are starting to say, okay, look, the people don't want this. Maybe we should, you know,
Here's
it's
my thing. Like,
crazy.
which congressmen think it's a good idea? Like, what is the reasoning behind it being a good idea?
They're they're not. They're in their pockets of the telecom companies.
Yeah, I mean, this is
It's not
basically
that they think
getting.
it's a good idea. It's they're getting paid by lobbyists and paid by these corporations to say take it away or to vote against it. It's not them
Yeah.
thinking it's a good idea.
And they have to know that if they vote for this, I mean, they're not getting reelected. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not voting for anybody that voted. Nope, not one.
yeah, no,
I don't
I
care who
mean,
they
I
are.
feel like
I would not as well. I mean, I
for
would follow in
the.
suit of not voting for people that vote for net or for vote against net neutrality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right?
so.
I'm saying it right. I want net
Yeah,
neutrality.
you're good.
Yes.
You're
Yeah,
good. No,
yeah,
you
you're
had
Yeah.
it. You
good.
had it. You had it.
Just making sure that my stance is clear. But like, I don't know. Here's the thing: where me and Chris live right now, London doesn't have many internet providers. So if the internet providers wanted to screw us over, all they could just limit what
They can
we could
already
only
do
like they
that,
could
and they
say
already
you
do
can
do
only
that.
use 10 gigs. What?
They already do
I mean,
that.
they already have data caps.
Yeah,
Data
like
caps are already a thing.
they lessen them, make them like
They
you know what I
already do
mean?
that.
Like lower the caps.
Yeah, I know. They already they can already do the they can already fiddle with the data caps as much as they want in rural areas like this.
Y- Yeah, that's what sucks.
Eh,
Because like, let's say the senators, vote for, to keep net neutrality. The people want like if the telemarketers or not telemarketers, the telecommunication companies want to like make money, they can off us. Like we have no choice.
Yeah, so that's why it makes me mad. It's like I'm already mad enough that there's only one or two. There's only two internet providers in our area, and they both suck.
Yeah. Like I can only get 6 megs per second, and then like your internet cuts in and out a lot.
Yep.
It's just all
I know.
around sucky. But like Lucas, where he lives like an hour north of us in a city, can get like a gig a second, no problem.
Yeah, and it's like crazy cheap for me to get it as
Yeah,
well.
that's
Like, I could pay like right now. My apartment includes 50 megs, but I can pay. I think it's like $15 a month and get up to a gig, which is
so we
insanely cheap.
we pay for a landline and dish and bundle internet, but like it's $94 for all of that. Or at least I think that's why my mom said it. I think actually like Windstream sent us a bill for $94, which dish is bundled in with that. But like I assume that bundled together, not just internet. Because if that's just internet, that's
Oh yeah,
outrageous.
no, no, that's not just internet. I'd say for internet, it'd probably be around like $20 to $30.
Well, for 60 megs, it's $60 for I know for Spectrum because that's what my friend at work has,
Oh, I gotcha. Then
which
I don't
is
know.
yeah. But
You know, the funniest
like
thing about this is the guy in charge, Ajit Pai, used to work for Verizon.
in charge of our
So like,
internet.
yeah, like the head of the FCC used to be a big corporate guy for Verizon. I mean, like it's not even, and they're not even trying to hide how imbalanced this whole thing is. Like used to, if government was corrupt, they tried to hide it, but now they don't even care.
Right there, it's
I mean,
literally
yeah, that's true.
just getting pushed through. Like, I mean, that's like everyone knows it's not good, but it's just
But it's
money.
still
I mean,
making
that's what
like
it is.
headway.
Yeah.
I'm finna change my party.
It's like if there's a
I'm
net
kidding.
neutrality party, I would switch to it.
I'm just dumping. I'm finna dump the Republican Party over this stuff. Every senator opposed to this was a Republican. Every single one of them. No, not one of. There's like maybe a couple Republicans that were against it, but every other one of them is a everyone that was like opposed to keeping net neutrality was a Republican.
I'm
Every
not
last one of
gonna.
them.
I'm Republican. At least I'm pretty conservative, but like I'm not. I don't know.
This is
You
something
know
that
what I
would make
mean?
me switch.
I wouldn't switch parties completely, but I wouldn't just straight ticket vote. You know what I mean?
Well, I never have straight ticket voted though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me either. I physically check who I want. Like, but it might sway my vote into voting for more liberal representatives and senators. Well, definitely.
Like,
Like if there's a Republican senator that is against net neutrality, I'm not
well,
voting
both
for
of
them.
ours are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
So then, yeah. They're not getting
But
my votes next time.
here's the thing, like you have, wouldn't you think like the TV streaming companies would be against it?
No.
Because that's gonna hurt their business. Because
Well,
like,
Netflix
let's
hates it.
say,
No, Netflix is against it.
yeah, yeah,
Netflix is like, no, we keep it.
and then like Hulu, I'd say is in the same boat too. And I figured
Yeah.
Sling would be like Sling TV would be like against it too. Those are all internet streaming like TV apps and stuff. You know, I figured they would have some kind of like because it's basically corporations versus the people. I'd figure some corporations would fight back. You know what I mean? Because like, okay, this is a great segue to our next topic. Disney bought Fox and like trying to start their streaming services for like movies and stuff. So like you would think like Disney would come together, Netflix would come together, Hulu would come together and like try to fight it.
I mean, Netflix is openly out and saying like we need to keep net neutrality. I mean, it should be obvious that it would hurt their business model once Spectrum and Comcast and whoever else can throttle connections that would make it hard for Netflix to be profitable.
Yeah. But on, I guess let's because we're kind of just rambling now of just being against against non-net
Repealing net
neutrality.
neutrality. There you go.
Yeah. So let's talk about Disney buying Fox. What does this mean for movies?
Scary.
It
One of the
means
big
scary.
Yep.
go for it, Lucas. Go for it.
Well, the reason why I say scary, just off the top, is basically my opinion of Disney movies. At least
Lucas hates
Marvel
Disney
movies.
movies.
And no, I don't hate Disney movies. But like Marvel
See,
movies, they're
Come
all
after Hercules, you'll have problems.
no, I love Hercules, but they're all very safe, very generic, cookie cutter kind of things. Like I don't know if that makes any sense. Uh, and they're all wildly successful. And I know that sounds strange, but I have a feeling, and they're all kid friendly in some aspect. My biggest fear is, especially them buying Fox, they bought the movie rights to the X-Men and all that stuff. So movies like Logan, which might not have been as big at the box office as a Thor Ragnarok and other Marvel movies, Avengers and all that stuff, but it was a so much better movie. It was so good, and even
And then you got like
Deadpool,
movies like Deadpool too.
yeah,
Like Ryan Reynolds has been tweeting about Disney buying Fox today, or not today, but here recently. Well, no, it's actually he has had some today, but what does that mean for those movies? Do we not get any solid angst movies anymore, or like adult films that are
Don't. Okay, you be
superhero
careful
stuff?
by using the term adult film.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, my bad. Didn't mean it like
but
that, but like rated R
movies, yeah.
movies. Yeah, that's bad. I wish I could strike through that. But like, so that means
When are we
we
gonna get
have no
these
more
Disney
Logan.
adult films?
That should be the title. No more Disney adult films.
Oh God,
No.
But
probably not.
I mean, they spent $52.4 billion to buy Fox, which
Yeah.
is an insane amount. And I think it like is like over 6,000 characters that they could do stuff up with.
What- By saying they bought Fox, they bought 21st Century Fox,
Yeah,
which is not Fox as a
different
whole.
Fox. Yeah.
Yeah, it's their entertainment division kind of thing, like their movies and television and all that kind of stuff.
But dang, I had something. Like it does mean some good things. Like we'll get some better X-Men movies, I guess. You can add X-Men to Avengers movies and stuff. But then you lose those. Like here's the thing. I like Logan way better than any other Marvel movie that came out in the past 2 years. You know, like that means there will be less movies like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Logan was probably the best superhero movie since maybe The Dark Knight, or that I can think of.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Um, but here's another thing. That's a $52.4 million or billion-dollar gamble that Disney's like making to like jumpstart their streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean for like their Netflix series and stuff too, if they're gonna start their own streaming network? Like, do
I
we
mean,
not
they're
get
still
Punishers
fine.
or Daredevils anymore, or will they just be on Disney's stuff, or will they be taken off Netflix?
I have a feeling that I don't know, like Disney to me just has this connotation of like I don't know if connotation's the right word, but like the kid friendly and all that stuff, and I can't imagine seeing uh, the Punisher next to uh, I can't even think of a Disney show right off
Iron
the top of
Man.
my head.
I don't
Well,
know.
not even Iron Man, but like even Stevens or something. I don't know if that was Disney, but that's just the
That's
first thing that
Disney. Like
came
it's
to
a
my
Disney
head.
Channel. That's like the oldest thing you could have thought of.
I loved even
Let's
Stevens.
like, I mean, yeah, it was good, but that's not. I don't think Disney's gonna put that on their streaming service.
Why
I
wouldn't
don't know.
they? I mean, you know what I mean? They don't.
Yeah.
They just have to
So you
put it
think they're
up
gonna have
and
like a
leave it.
backlog of everything?
Well, why
Like
else would you have a
okay, here's
streaming
one.
service? That's what Netflix did.
Here's
They
one.
put up
It'd
everything.
be like Punisher next to Kim Possible.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? That doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. So hopefully, I mean, hope maybe they have different sections of their streaming service. I don't know how they'll lay it
They'll
out
have
or
a
anything.
kid section and an adult section.
Let's get away from using the word adult.
Mature.
Mature.
Mature section.
Not even that. Like I could see it being split up into maybe
Like
Pixar.
G, PG,
No,
or
not
like
even
stuff like
that. But
that.
like company wide, like Pixar, Marvel, Disney,
Star Wars, like Lucasfilm.
Star Wars, Lucasfilm, like all that kind of stuff. I could see it being split into that. That way, it makes a little more sense. But
It's just like they've acquired so much real estate, trying to put that all on one service is like that. Like there will be a lot of things that are offered elsewhere that Disney won't have, but they'll still have like a wide array of things. You know, it's gonna be just weird.
yeah,
I
because
don't know.
I mean, they make everything. I
Let's
think
let's
that's
think
why
about.
it's.
So, do you think they'll pick up many viewership? Because like nobody's gonna pay for Netflix and Disney's, or like because I know very few people that pay for like Netflix and Hulu or Amazon Prime, like all of them. Like they choose one and stick with one.
Yeah,
I don't think Disney can pull that many. I don't think they can pull as much as Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime with
in,
like their catalog of shows.
What?
What?
depends
What?
on.
I said, can they pull as much? Like, not everybody's gonna pay. Like, you're not gonna.
No, I'm
Nobody's
not
gonna
going
pay for
to.
Netflix and Disney, or like Hulu and Disney. They're just gonna pick one and pay for the one. I don't think Disney can pull away enough to like have a set in stone service. You know what I'm saying? Does that
Oh,
make
okay.
sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I understand what. I think they're looking at uh, like the HBO model kind of thing, where it's. But in that aspect, you already had to pay extra for it. Uh, if that makes any kind of sense. Like I know, whenever Game of Thrones comes out, I pay for HBO and Netflix just simply because I want to watch Game of Thrones, but uh, you already
Okay, let's
have to
think of it
pay
this
to
way.
watch it.
Is there one show Disney could come out with that would make you pay for it?
They'd have to come.
Um,
I mean, we don't know what movie shows they're working on. I don't know what you're talking about.
right. I mean, like
Like,
the Punisher
could
and
you know?
Daredevil series, I don't think would. I don't think I would pay straight out just to watch those, and I think that's the best TV shows. Uh, at least that
That they have to
for me,
offer.
yeah, like that I've seen. I mean, there could be other ones, but oh, and while we're on, this just reminded me of it. The Witcher Netflix series got a director.
Nice. Who is it? Or do
Uh,
you know? Or
I don't remember their name, but I know
here, I'll look it
they
up.
I know they did the Defenders series.
Okay.
I didn't hear great things about the Defenders.
It was god awful.
I didn't watch it. I've not I've watched almost all of Punisher. Like I would be okay talking about it. There's not really many spoilers I could
You
foresee. But
still
like,
haven't finished the Punisher?
listen, man, I've been busy. Been a whole heck
Dude,
of a lot busy.
it's
I've
been
got
like
3 episodes
4
left.
weeks.
I think.
See, that's how
Yeah,
many.
11,
That's
12,
how many
13.
episodes I have left.
You said
I
you
have
had two left.
3 episodes
Don't give
left.
me that.
No, two left.
You kept saying you said
Whatever
two
it
for the
is.
longest time.
Oh,
Don't
Well,
give me
then
that.
it's two. I don't remember. It's been so long, I don't remember. But
yeah, I can't.
I didn't watch Iron Fist like that.
Iron Fist
As
was
of right
terrible.
now, Disney has not. Oh, Disney has nothing to pull me over to Disney. But if I'm not fairly confident in the director for Witcher, if it's the same guy as Defenders.
Yeah, but he also directed the first season of Daredevil.
I'm trying to find this guy.
I th-
It's hard. It's also really hard because I'm playing Rocket League and trying to type.
yeah,
Sounds like you already
Let's
found him.
just look up. No, let's just look up director of Defenders.
Here, I got an idea.
So hold on, I got it. I got their IMDb page. Creators Douglas Petrie and Marco Ramirez.
Ramirez.
I tried to
That's all
ask
it has for
Google,
creators. I
and
don't see.
she said she didn't understand.
Google is useless.
She never understands though.
I feel so misunderstood.
The director
I'm always
S.J.
misunderstood.
Clarkson. That's what this article says. Is Marvel's The Defenders: How one director overcame the challenge of uniting four different series.
I don't think
J.
they did
Clarkson.
overcome it.
Not quite.
Well, they did. That was the title of that article. But like,
And honestly, I don't think it was the director's fault whatsoever. It's literally the dude that plays the Iron Fist has to be the worst casting I've ever seen in anything. Like, he is so bad.
here's my thing. I didn't like the like. Okay, so I watched all of Luke Cage. I was not a big fan of the Luke Cage series. I wasn't a huge fan of. Like, I didn't mind Jessica Jones. Like, I liked having David Tennant as a bad guy, and I enjoyed watching him. But that was the only reason I watched Jessica Jones. The only good actor I think in The Defenders is Charlie Cox as Daredevil,
Yeah. I mean, it really is.
and he plays a great blind guy. Like you could definitely like you can't even tell he's faking it. Like when Affleck did his Daredevil, you could tell Affleck was faking it. But like Charlie Cox, like he's pulling it off. Like it's awesome. And he had a great story. Like seasons 1 and 2 of Daredevil were great. Which season did S.J. Clarkson direct of Daredevil?
The first season.
Well, I mean, then he
I
did
think
really
the
good.
best season of Daredevil.
The first season was good.
Your mic just did something really weird.
It did, so you didn't hear what I said? I said
No.
the first season of Daredevil is really good.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Like, I really enjoyed it. So, I mean, The Witcher, I don't know how many characters it has. I mean, you got the one main guy. Well, here's the thing. They're not going to pull in all of them right off the bat.
No.
Like,
I mean, really, right
I
off
think-
the bat, you're going to have at least like 4 to 5 main characters. But with that being said, the first season of Daredevil, you have 4. You have Daredevil,
Kingpin,
Karen,
Daredevil, Foggy, and Karen.
yeah, and the nurse.
You get
that's
Karen?
in all of them. I
Oh yeah,
can never
Rosario
remember.
Dawson. Rosario
Rosario
Dawson.
Dawson. Claire,
But
yeah,
she's
that's
not in
it.
the first season.
Yeah, she
She's in the
is.
second season.
She's in the
Is
first
she really in
season.
the first season?
Yeah, she's in the
Yeah, she
first
is in the first
episode
season.
of the first season, or maybe the second episode. I actually just rewatched it not long ago, as in this week.
I haven't rewatched it in a while. I gotta finish watching Punisher first, which is really good. I don't know who's the director for that.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of shows have separate directors for each episode, and usually the main people in charge are showrunners.
Yeah,
So like each episode they don't all have different like handful of directors for each season.
So Chris cut out on me.
yeah, me too.
Did you hear him, Lucas?
Nope.
Repeat what you said, Chris.
I said a lot of shows will just have a handful of directors for episodes. They won't have a director that directs each episode. Usually the person that is in charge of the overall thing is the showrunner.
So I looked up the cast of
Everyone then.
the Witcher Netflix series. No, we heard you. Like, that is true. So like, different directors could pick up different episodes, which would be cool. That'd be great. That way, it's not all on that one director that might have screwed up in the past and might have done something really good. Um, but I looked at this cast, and it's got the guy that plays Jamie Lannister. It's got Eva Green.
Who's
Two of the
what's he
biggest.
playing?
He's playing Geralt, so the main guy.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
That'll
And
be
then
weird.
E-
That
Eva
will be
Green's
weird.
playing Yennefer.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm down. I'm
Okay.
down. I'll be
Okay.
there.
And then Gemma Arter
I know
Arterton
who that
or
is.
Taryn. You do know who that
Arterton,
is?
yeah.
I don't know
I
who
know
that
who
is.
that is.
What was
What's she
she
in?
in?
She's in
She was
Quantum
in
of
that
Solace.
she was in that Hansel and Gretel movie with Jeremy Renner.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I know who she
yeah.
is.
She's hot.
Who
She's gonna
is
play
she going to
Triss
be
Marigold.
Triss? Yeah.
Yeah.
But she
And
doesn't have
then
red
Vinnie
hair.
I
Jones.
mean, she can have red
She
hair.
does. She has a reddish tint hair. It's like an auburn hair color.
Can we get an actual Irish woman to do it? Waitress Marigold?
I'd be down for
I
that.
mean, you could, but Letho is gonna be Vinnie Jones.
Who's gonna be Vinnie Jones?
No, no, he's gonna be Letho.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who Letho is.
He plays Juggernaut in X-Men: The Last Stand.
I don't know who Letho, the
Letho
character in The
is.
Witcher,
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
Not.
I don't
I
know
know
who
who Vinnie
Letho is
Jones
either.
is.
I didn't know who Vinnie Jones is. I had to look it up.
Yeah. No, I knew who he was.
Kaya Scoldario is gonna be Siri or Kiri, whatever. I don't know.
Siri.
And then
Yeah.
Mark Strong will be King Foltest, which I like.
Oh,
I like Mark Strong. So
I don't
That
know who Mark
see,
that would
Strong
work.
is.
Mark Strong
Um.
played Merlin in Kingsman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be really good.
Do they have the Baron? Is anybody playing the Bloody Baron?
What's the Bloody Baron's real name? Or
I don't
It's-
remember.
like,
That's probably not
Did
in
he
this
have one?
one. Yeah.
Oh. Lame.
and then they have
Actually, maybe
Zoltan
not.
Chevet is Brendan Gleeson. I don't
Who's
know
Brendan
who
Gleeson?
the Zoltan Chevet.
Zoltan Chevet? Brendan Gleeson?
I don't know who Zoltan Chevet is.
He's not Mad Eye Moody, I'll tell you that much right now.
It's
What the heck?
and then Catherine Winnick is gonna be Kira, which I don't know who Kira
How
is.
is he gonna be
Okay.
Zoltan Chevet? You don't
Here's
even look
another
like Zoltan.
mage.
What?
Yennefer
Am I
Triss and
mixed-
Kira.
So,
Oh.
Zoltan
Who
Chevet?
is Zoltan
somebody
Chevet? Is
else?
that like is that the bard dude that runs around?
No, Zoltan is.
I could have sworn Zoltan Chevet was a bigger guy. I could have
No,
sworn he was a.
Zoltan Chevet is
didn't
the
know he was a-
dwarf.
I could have sworn he was a big, like a tall elf guy. Never mind.
Yeah.
So I was like Brendan
Maybe that's-
Gleeson.
Who's Letho? I'm gonna look up who Letho is. I don't even know who that is.
Okay, well I can see that now. I thought it was because I remember in Gwent like Zoltan Chevet was not but no, you're right. Yeah, I see
Yeah,
it now.
he's
Yeah, I see the card now. You're right. I can see it in my head.
So like
Never
they
mind.
have a solid cast.
They do.
Geralt has me a little.
That's.
a
I mean,
little
I like
hesitant.
Jamie Lannister.
I
But-
do, but nothing
It's kinda weird.
about him says. I mean, Jon Snow, or what's his real name? Kit Harington
Kit Harington.
would have been my pick, but
I don't think Kit Harington's tall enough.
I don't think so. But he looks a lot like I would imagine Geralt if he had, white hair, the
Brooding,
beard and the
though?
hair. Yeah, maybe not. I mean, he's got to be kind
Harrington's got a
of.
baby face.
He's got to be
Little
kind of
bit of baby face.
stoic.
I guess.
Because,
Yeah.
Witchers don't have emotions.
They don't. Neither do I.
Yeah.
Chris, you could be a
Thanks,
Witcher.
Burger King. Oh,
What?
totally. I could totally be the Witcher.
What's Burger King have to do
Burger
with you
King
having
stole
no
your
emotion?
emotions?
Yeah, I went and got I was gonna get a chicken parmesan sandwich from there, and I drove home and then opened it up and it was wrong, and so I drove back and got a new sandwich.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
Look, I
so,
wasn't in
like,
the mood to deal with it.
You got a sandwich though that you liked in the end?
Yeah, I got the sandwich I ordered.
Well, then what's the big deal?
Because
Okay,
Because
he
I have a bad
drove,
I
day.
drove,
he drove all the way
I
home, turned around, and drove all the way
Oh,
back.
I thought he had just like he drove back into the drive-through.
Yeah, I would
No.
have
I
not
got
have done
home.
that.
Yeah, I would
I
have just
paid my
ate the
money.
sandwich they gave me. What
No,
they
but
give you instead of a chicken parm?
a chicken sandwich with tomatoes and lettuce on it and mayonnaise, and I can't do mayonnaise.
Mm, that's
The
true.
whole
You
thing
got
is
you got a
ruined.
stricter diet now, but also you
He,
hate mayonnaise.
yeah, I was
No,
about to say he also
no, it's
hates
not a stricter
mayonnaise.
diet. Forget the stricter diet. I hate mayonnaise.
Like, how
I
bad
mean,
do you
I'm
hate
eating the
mayonnaise?
if it would, I would make it a narcotic if I was in charge of the DEA. So anybody caught with it would be arrested.
It's a good thing you're not in
I
power.
hate. Oh, hey, I'd be for net neutrality. I just say ban mayonnaise. It's
Okay,
disgusting.
so let's go. Let's move back to some bad ideas. Not on
Disgusting.
the same level as against net neutrality, but you guys sent me a text last night, or Lucas did, about Action Park, which is in New Jersey,
it's
and
a
it's like the sketchiest water park slash theme park I've ever heard of. I read the Wikipedia on it today,
yeah,
and
it's pretty crazy. It was
it's pretty sketch.
yeah, it's a an amusement park based or in New Jersey, and it was active from like 76 to 92 or something like that.
The
And
original Action Park was active 1978 to 1996, so you're really close.
okay, so I was right around it, but they uh, essentially the owner wanted to create the craziest amusement park with the best rides and all this stuff. So his philosophy kind of thing was if you have a good idea for a ride, he's going to hire you to make it. Like there was no engineering background, physics, like none of that. It just came to him. One of the
Just death.
ideas, yeah, one of the ideas brought to him was a water slide called the Cannonball Loop, and you basically went down a really fast water slide, and then right before you came out the end, you did a full loop inside of a water slide, and then shot out the end.
Here's the
And
thing, I'm looking at a picture of it, and the angle and height of this water slide, I do not think you could get good enough speed to go for the full loop.
oh
Well,
no,
the
no,
problem is
they
also getting the water pressure to go through the loop so you don't peel your back off in the
right,
Yeah, that's true
slide.
too.
yeah, they
Well, I mean, if you pump it fast enough, it should, like, that would be easier than getting a human body to do the loop without being injured.
oh yeah, no, well see that's the problem. They were getting the people to go all the way through the loop full, but whenever they go up to the top, you kind of drop down, and then you bust
You
your
bash your
nose
head on
or
the
hit
loop.
your head or whatever it is, and people would come out with bloody nose and head injuries and all this stuff. And
Here's the thing, then
funny,
you have to, like, shut it down to, like, sanitize everything, or at least I hope you would.
oh no, well see, here's another thing. They actually had to build a hatch into the top of it to get people that were stuck in the top of the loop out of the water slide.
Dear Lord.
And whenever they
That's
were
just a bad
testing
idea
it,
all around.
oh yeah, it's a terrible idea. Whenever they were testing it before it opened, the owner was offering $100 to his employees to go down the water slide to make sure it
I,
worked.
I would go down the water slide.
Yeah,
I would do that for $100.
yeah, but yeah, there was
I
that,
have.
and that water slide.
I might do it for $50.
Yeah, just give me like $15 and I'm good. But that water
Give me a
slide,
mouthpiece and a football helmet.
yeah, uh, it stayed open for I think a little over a month before it got shut down because too many people were getting injured on it.
In the mid '80s is when it came, like it was built.
Yeah,
And hold on, I'm trying to find how long it Yeah, it was open for only 1 month in 1985.
Yeah. Then you
Ding,
had
ding.
the Alpine coaster, which is still a thing today. There's a lot of places that have them, or the Alpine Luge or something, I think it was called. The problem
Yeah,
with
yeah,
this
yeah.
one was one, the track was made out of concrete. It was basically a concrete ditch, for lack of
You
a
just
better
got a
term.
luge in there, yeah.
Yeah, and then they had these carts that you sat in, and it had like a handbrake, and you could either go, like you could kind of slow yourself down using the handbrake, was the idea. Unfortunately, pretty much all the carts were broken to where either the handbrake was constantly engaged or the brake didn't
Wouldn't
work at
work.
all. So you either
Yeah, yeah.
slid down at a snail's pace and waited for somebody to come down behind you going full speed and just ram into the back of you, or you went down with absolutely no brakes going around all these really sharp turns and, in a concrete thing with no safety area around you or anything like that.
Well, no, 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 no. They put hay bales on turns, and every person riding it was required to wear helmets and knee pads.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
A lot of help
super
that does
safe.
when you get whiplash because somebody comes behind you.
yeah, and the fact
Here's the
that
thing,
whenever the
like,
cart goes around a corner at full speed and you
like Mach
slam
12.
up into the high side of the
Yeah,
wall to keep you in,
a
and you
helmet
get
a helmet doesn't
burnt by
keep your
the
neck from
concrete.
breaking.
This ride
But
actually,
here's the thing. These are actually really like popular in like the Smoky Mountains. Like I'm
oh
pretty sure
yeah,
Ober Gatlinburg has one, and then there's just like one in
there's
downtown
goat on the
Gatlinburg.
roof.
Yeah, Goat on the
It's on
Roof
the roof,
Alpine
dog.
Coaster. But like
Uh,
those could be other like for a very little power, like putting power into it. Like you just have to get the cart up there, and then like gravity does the rest. That's the cool. I think those are really cool.
yeah, but those are
They're
not
on
the
metal
Yeah, those
tracks
are
same
with
safe.
thing.
just
Those
They
don't
are,
boards.
kill
yeah, they're
people.
safe. This one did cause one death. One of the employees got thrown out at a curve and hit his head on a rock and died. But
Yeah, I was
Dang.
the video you sent. Like I was watching it, and it was like this. The nickname was this like class action park and stuff like that.
yeah,
They had like
class action.
kids would come
That's
with
really
like
good.
Yeah,
they would come and then leave with like third degree burn marks and stuff like that. It was crazy.
yeah. No, the
But you said
funniest
they're
thing
wanting to reopen
is
it, right?
they tried to. So I did a little more research into this after I was talking to you all last night. In 2014, they tried to reopen it the first time, and they couldn't get. There was something fell through, like legally or something like that, so it never.
Wow, shocker.
Yeah, like it never reopened, and then and they were like this guy that originally created it. His son bought the land of the park and was basically rebuilding it, like all the old rides, the Cannonball Loop, the Alpine Coaster, like all of that stuff was coming back, but just in a safer way, kind of thing. The reworked Cannonball Loop was a 45-meter free fall into a loop and then out into the pool. But you had to
I
get,
think that would work better, but that's still dangerous.
well, no, see, you had to wear a helmet and get into basically a like metal cage and go down it.
Dear Lord, it's like
Yeah.
you're
It's like you were
if you have to
stepping
get in
into
a
like
metal
a
cage
coffin
for
or
something.
something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
But yeah, I would. Okay, here's the thing. If they opened it and I got in free, I'd test some stuff.
You're a
I'd
psychopath.
try it out. I'd try it out, man. Ride or die, baby.
No.
screw that. I mean, the new
No
stuff
way, dude.
like looked. I mean, it was safer. The new stuff was safer. I'll give it that. But it could.
At the very least, they could have done was rename the park.
Yeah,
That would have went a
Well,
long
it's been
way.
renamed before. So it was like renamed
to
so it went from
Mountain
Action
Valley.
Park to Mountain Creek, I think is what it was. Hold on,
Mountain
I had it
Creek,
pulled up
yeah.
here singing.
It was.
So
Whenever it was
the
bought
original
out.
Action
The
Park,
original.
and then it got bought out in 1998 to 2013 by Mountain Creek, something like a resort or something, and then it went out of business and got bought back in 2014 by the dude's son or whatever, and they rebought the name Action Park.
Yeah. So, and then they actually did open up in 2016, and the name itself had people not going to the park and all that stuff simply because of all the horror stories, and it leads the world, I think, in accidents and deaths, and it's been closed for 20 years. It's obviously not a very safe place.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Utah also isn't a safe place.
Corbin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But last week at mine and Chris's life group, Dirty Santa, that room was not safe. My Bob Ross got stole. I got a Bob Ross Pop Funko, and it got
Pop
stolen,
Funko.
man. Funko Pop, sorry. And then Chris bought like a My Little Pony thing and a Barbie for his Dirty Santa. I got a shower curtain that was for Pokemon. And then like it was just that sets the bar for gifts, and it was not safe because you just get some weird stuff, man. Chris, what'd you end up
Somebody
walking away
stole
with?
something from you.
You know what I walk away with?
I do not remember what you walked away with.
The Pokemon shower curtain.
Oh, that's
did you
awesome. I
forget
forgot
that?
you did. I did. I'd forget things.
What was your
But like
gift?
Dirty Santa, you can steal stuff and whatnot. And my Bob Ross got stolen, and I ended up getting toilet paper, poopery, and Sudoku puzzles, which I'm not completely mad about. The poopery works. I'll tell you that much. I'm not crazy about the scent that flavor poopery is.
It was like
I gotta
freaking
choose a
lemon
different
citrus.
flavor.
What do you want?
Yeah, I'm just not a big lemon person. I'm not a big lemon scent person.
Nerd.
I mean, it does beat the smell of poop, but I would next round
Love lemons.
if I buy another bottle, I'll buy something different. I
Like
don't
a
know. My
pine
favorite
tree.
scent, a pine tree wouldn't be bad. My favorite scent though is like if I go to Yankee Candle, I like smelling the fresh linen candles. Those smell real good.
They're
Yankee
super
Candle
generic. I'm
is
not a fan.
my least favorite place.
See, mine's Bath and
What do
Body
you want?
Works.
Confederate candles?
No, candles give me headaches.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, see, Bath and Body Works gives me headaches because like you can smell all the smells. Yankee Candle, you can't smell all the smells because they got the lids on it. Or at
Oh
least
no,
that's what
I
it
can
is for me.
smell them. I can't even walk by like the candle section in Meyer.
What are you, a
It's
dog? You
bad.
can just have that strong sense of smell?
Yeah, apparently. Same thing with like the detergent aisle and the
I love
Bath
the
and Body
detergent
Works,
aisle.
especially. I can't like I hold my breath whenever I go through them.
I
It's like
tell
that
my mom
episode of
she can't
SpongeBob. We
buy.
have to go through the perfume department.
Oh yeah, I hold
Oh
my
yeah, when
breath
they
through the
delete the
perfume
Flying
department.
Dutchmans.
Yeah.
The
No.
perfume department.
Whenever I go into
When they
like
jump over
Macy's
that one
at the
cloud,
mall
like
and
a-
all that
Oh,
stuff.
Like he's
good.
trying to explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, me or what?
Lucas was going into it, and you kept going on about this.
Sorry. That
That's
episode's
funny.
funny though. They also turn into like fruit at the end, and it's just good.
Fruit
It's
prevents
good.
scurvy.
Yeah.
I don't remember this
But-
episode.
It's
remember
where they
them all,
get
don't worry.
trapped. They get
I
like
don't expect you to.
life debt onto the Flying Dutchman's ship.
It's the one where they're like,
and,
"You're good, you're good, you're good."
It's like where they
Uh.
try to be the Dutchman's like crew or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I probably didn't watch it.
It's probably one of the. It's top notch. It's one of the best.
Okay, I remember 3 SpongeBob episodes, like off the top of my head without thinking about it. It's the one where he goes into Sandy's little habitat thing without
That was a
his
good one.
water bucket.
Oh
And
no, I
it's
thought
the
you were talking
Oh.
about.
water,
I need it.
water,
I don't
like
need
all
it.
that stuff. Yeah,
Pinky up.
pinky up. Yeah, that I remember.
Remember, pinky
The
up.
whenever he rips his pants on the beach,
That
surfing
was a
or
good one,
That
too.
whatever.
song's so
I st-
good.
I know all the
Okay.
lyrics.
See, now the reason why I remember this one is because that song got on my nerves so bad, even as a kid, that I
That's a great
absolutely
song.
Lucas,
hated
did you
it.
ever have fun as a kid, or do you like ever have fun? Because like you
Yeah, I
hate
had fun.
everything.
I just SpongeBob wasn't my thing. I mean, some of the episodes were good, but
Love it, love it, love it.
it just
I got
wasn't.
I think
SpongeBob episodes in my head like a Rolodex.
my
Yeah,
favorite episode has got to be the Justice League spoof one, like where they get
Fan Geeks,
superpowers.
it's not even close.
Geeks is good too, but I like the Super Friends one. Evil is lemon, or every villain
He
is
screwed the
lemon.
whole thing up. Evil is
Evil.
lemons.
Every
Every villain is
villain
lemons. Good
lemon.
lord. Get
But
it
yeah.
together, bro.
Sorry, I'm on struggle bus.
Evil is lemons.
Evil is
yeah,
lemon.
you're right. You hate lemons.
I do hate
Yeah.
lemon. I hate lemon scented things. I could eat lemon flavored things.
You hate lemonade, don't you?
No, I'll drink lemonade. I like lemon
Okay.
flavored things. I don't like lemon scented things. I can taste it, but I don't want to smell it. Like Pledge. Hate the smell of Pledge.
That's the power pine. Oh wait, no, it's a different thing. Never mind.
That's a pine sol. I'm from.
That's the power pine saw, baby.
Oh gosh, I wish her acting career took off. She was the
What
best.
do you mean? She had probably got a bunch of money. She was like 30,000 pound saw commercials.
No. I
I'm
wanted
sure she
her
was
to be
doing
in
okay for
TV.
herself.
Like I wanted her to be in a TV show.
Okay,
liked
I don't
her.
know why
She
you're
was
so
cool.
like. Okay, what about the
I just
AT&T
like-
girl?
I would watch a show with AT&T girl.
she's
I
in
got a thing for
Silicon Valley.
AT&T girl. I'm gonna start watching Silicon Valley.
She's
There
only in
is.
it for like an episode, but she's in it.
I'll watch that episode.
We'll need to watch one episode.
She's also
Yep.
has a YouTube channel. I don't know if
I
you
know.
knew
I
that.
watch some of the stuff.
Okay.
She's also a comedian. She's a stand-up comedian.
It's very cringy. Her YouTube stuff is.
I'm aware. It's
very
no. It's
dry.
no
Don't-
worse
Can't hate
than
the
ours.
hustle, bro.
It's
It worked.
well no, like it's like I mean it's well done and all that stuff. It just the humor in it. It's very awkward and
Oh, it's just like awkward on purpose. Like,
yeah, like
not
it's
like-
purposefully.
oh, I thought you meant like just cringy bad instead of cringy on purpose.
No.
Okay,
no, like
I was kind of disappointed. Okay,
it makes me uncomfortable, but
okay, good. I was worried that it wasn't actually good. Like,
no, it's
No,
pretty
it's
funny.
good.
okay, good. Okay.
I mean, they have. I think the one I watched, they had like Russell Brand or somebody on it.
Oh Lord, that's perfect for that style of comedy.
Yeah, that one was amazing.
We could have an episode with Michael Scott,
Oh god.
That'd be awesome.
King
Yeah.
of Cringe.
Yeah, that would perfectly sum it up. It's got an office top feel to it, where it's like very
Scott's
awkward
Tots.
and. Yeah.
What was prison like? What was that? How's that episode go? All the Dementors.
What was the worst
Where's all-
part of prison, Mike? It was the Dementors. That's the
Okay.
section. So I don't know what you wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great. You did what I wanted.
I'm giving
did
you what
I
you
wanted.
want.
So I think I'm out of topics. If you guys got stuff, we can keep going. But I'm out of stuff to talk about.
I don't have any
Uh,
topics.
One thing that I do have though is I'm gonna try to get a guest for next week. So if you're listening and you want to meet a cool guest next week, definitely listen to the next episode. Um, I think I told Lucas about it, but I don't want to spoil the surprise because I don't know if he can do it or not yet. But
It's the director of
I'm
the
gonna,
FCC.
yeah, we're gonna have him. So you guys can write all your hate mail to us, and we'll hand it to him, like hand deliver it to him. But no, it's if it happens, I'll tweet about it. If it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna tweet about it. But I'm gonna try. Actually buying another mic for our like when we're all in the same room setup, to where we can like have guests occasionally. So yeah, that's new stuff. Also, new stuff is I started some short news segments. If it's just like about what games come out and movies come out in a week, you guys check those out. They're called Sweet Scoops. Um, I want us to start doing some more gameplay stuff and some more just little bits of news where if you don't have a lot of time to listen to the full podcast, you can check those out. And then just like, subscribe, comment, and share, guys.
Hold on.
We
Before
need your help.
we do all this, I do have a question
What?
about the Sweet Scoops. Were you standing on your
What?
bed in the last episode?
No, there's a slanted roof. I was in our bonus room that has like a slanted roof on the side, and that was like the only blank wall I had.
That's so
Okay.
white. You called it a bonus room.
That's
That's
what
like
my
the
mom
whitest
calls
thing I've
it.
ever heard. Yeah, she's white too.
Chris, I said you could say anything unless it was racist, and you're being really racist right now.
I mean, dude, you can't tell me that's not the whitest thing you've ever heard. This is our
Well, like
bonus room.
We have the
Oh my
office,
God.
and we have
It's
a
hilarious.
guest bedroom, and we ran out of names for it. It's like where we
It's
store
called
stuff.
An extra room, storage room. I mean, like the bonus room. Jesus,
What the heck?
that's just funny.
You've been in that room, Chris. That's where my games used to be set up and stuff.
I know. I'm
Like,
not saying it's not a room. I know it exists. I'm just saying it's a dumb name.
Listen, we don't have a set or like studio where I can do things. It's I have to either go to the church or like do
I'm
it at
not
my
complaining that you use the room. I'm just saying the room's just a bad name. That's it. That's it. There's no
house. Well,
ulterior
it's been that
motive
way
here.
for 20 years, Chris. Well, actually, no,
Well,
only like 17 years.
never heard the term. So, I mean, if you
You've
would
never
have
That's
said
heard
false.
that
term
You've definitely
bonus
heard that.
room?
no,
You've definitely heard the
Oh.
term bonus room before.
nope, have not.
Gotcha. I've heard the term, but
I don't have rich
I don't
enough
think
friends
I've
that have
ever
bonus
used
rooms,
it.
I guess.
yeah,
Chris, we're friends. I have a bonus room.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Exactly. Well, I mean, although when I was a kid and went over to your house, Lucas, and you had the ice machine, I was like, they're rich.
Because we got
That's
the
a
ice
rich
machine.
Yeah, that was the bar that I had set for myself as a child. Every friend's house that I go to, the bar of whether they were rich or not was if they had an ice machine on the fridge. Yours did, therefore you were filed into the rich column.
I'm
He's
not
always
gonna
in the rich
lie.
column.
I felt like as a family we made it whenever my parents bought that refrigerator that had the ice machine on it.
Okay, you know, exactly.
So
I'm
I
not-
get where you're coming from. I was like, oh man, we must be doing good.
right?
My thing, like, so we moved when I was a kid. Like, I've only moved once, and like we moved from a small house to a little bit bigger house. I found out we made it when we had 2 floors, or like that's when I thought we made it. That was when we had like a upstairs.
Yeah, that was my. Whenever I went over to somebody's house, I was like, "Oh, you have an upstairs and a basement?"
Oh, people that had garages, I was like, yo.
Gosh, if you guys are making me feel weird, because I have all
I
of
have a
those.
garage.
Well, my parents have all those. I mooch off my parents right now, so.
Yeah, I don't have an upstairs, or growing up, I didn't have an upstairs or a basement, but I did have a lot of garage.
You have a
4 of
massive
them to be
garage.
exact.
Y'all did. You do have a big garage out there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right,
guess this episode coming to an end. Like I said before, like, subscribe, share, help us out. Hopefully this episode's been better than static. Catch you guys next
Bonus
time.
room.
Give up my
know. I just blurted over it.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me.